Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's going to be a little unconventional video from our normal stuff. We've got my LJ up on the lift. We're trying to address an issue I've had with my Jeep for quite a while. Essentially, we're in the middle of R&D'ing some boat side sliders. One of the owners here, Jason, has an LJ nicknamed Project Overtime. You may have seen it in some of our previous wheeling videos, stuff like that, but that has some boat side sliders on it that I've always really liked. What stopped me from putting them on is the amount of unknowns that come with installing those. Essentially what we're going to be doing in today's video is we're going to be cutting out the rockers, getting rid of all the bent stuff. We're going to have to do some patch paneling in to reseal that interior, and then get our boat side sliders installed. So there's a lot of unknowns on what we're going to do with our our flares here, what we're going to do with our front fenders, stuff like that. It's pretty obvious. I definitely need something. Everything I've found online, I didn't like the design of it, I didn't like the finish of it, I didn't like that I'd lose ground clearance out of it, so I've chosen to go with boat sliders. We don't know if it's going to be a product. It's something that they designed years and years ago for Project Overtime. If it's something you guys enjoy and you're okay doing all the fab work and the finished product is what you want, drop a comment, give us a call, let us know that there's some interest in it, and then we may be able to do build to order type stuff. So we're going to jump over to the other side because we are in the middle of this already and deciding to start doing a video for it. So we're a little deeper into it on the other side. This one's pretty much been left alone until we figured everything out for the other side. So we're going to jump over there, show you where we're at with that. So like I said, we're in the middle of this R&D process. So this is close to what our finished product's going to look like. I'll get these powder coated when I know everything is solid. But as you can see, our old fender extension, where it's going to land, that ran down to about here. We cut up roughly 3 inches all the way across so that we could get that ground clearance. These are mounted to the original body mounts, and then these will get riv nutted in to the actual tub. So we got to figure out what we're going to do here, and then we got to figure out how we're going to finish up that front fender there. So a little bit left to do over here. We're going to unbolt this quick and show you what we got underneath. So giving you the raw cutout. So I did do new torque boxes, so that's going to look a little different for most. We have to trim the front of the torque box out for that 45-degree ground clearance. So now we need to do our patch paneling. We're going to do it a little differently on the driver's side, but essentially what we're shooting for is one finished patch panel, because obviously this is the cab here. So patch panel, which will weld right onto the outside of the tub, down to the torque box, and then we'll seam seal the inside so that's nice and dried. Clean up this rust and get all that painted before we finish put that on there. But this is probably the biggest deterrent for most people. So we'll try and show you how we're doing it to make it easier if we do decide to do a project or a product on this. But yeah, we're gonna jump over to the other side and start cutting that one apart.
Is that real carbon fiber?
This is extra horsepower right here.
It's like a race car.
Just getting rid of it. Ooh, almost made it. So we measured 3 inches down from the door jamb. You can go a hair higher, can't really go lower. So 3 inches, that's our number. So I can't speak for the owners, but like I said, we've had these designed for years. They never released it as a product. I'm guessing it's more or less because of this portion. We're cutting into an LJ, we're cutting into a TJ tub, whatever. But me as a consumer, if I saw that on, let's say, Project Overtime as, display of boat side sliders installed, those look awesome, but don't have a video or any other kind of reference to it, get them, find out what it takes to put them in, that'd be pretty discouraging. So hopefully with showing you guys our process on what it actually does take, and then you can decide if I could do that or show it to somebody that, you know, does fabrication work to see, you know, what they would charge to get them put on. But hopefully this gives you guys a visual. Hopefully it's helpful for you guys to see that breaking it down step by step, it's really not that difficult. It's a little time consuming, it's a little dirty, and you might find some stuff under there you don't like. I had to do my torque boxes because my body mounts were pushing up into the floor. So that was something that I did before doing this, knowing if I put these on first, I'd probably never do my torque boxes. So like I said, we don't know if this is going to be a fully released product or not. I'm hoping for it because I know it's a fantastic product. Just takes a little extra to get them put in. So if you guys could drop comments, gives me a little more, you know, argumentative power towards getting these released on the website. So we're going to get into cutting this side and see what's hidden under there. Looking at the side might be interesting. I think I mentioned it in the beginning of the video, but I did torque boxes on this. So these are gonna look slightly different. Mine were all rusted out. I've found way more rust in this Jeep than I ever wanted to. So at this point, it's just gonna be a cut apart and trail rig. But the factory torque box, if yours is in good shape, I don't know, but the front might be a little wider. So yours is gonna look slightly different. Ignore the crappy weld job. It's rust welding to rust to new stuff. So, but we're trying to figure out where we're going to cut, because on the other side I cut out way more than I needed to, so we're trying to minimize it to do it in one single patch panel. So that's what we're trying to figure out now. I think we're going to run this torque box line all the way across, get this chunk out of there, and then try and test fit the slider and see what else we need to trim out of the way. So you guys are with us on this one, on figuring it out as we go. So I just cut off the bottom tab just so we can throw a new blade on here and actually reach into the floor. We're gonna try cutting in 1 inch from the outside face all the way down. Get this out of here, and then we're gonna try and test fit to see if we had to get into that torque box or not. So yeah, I'm gonna switch blades. Now we're just making lines basically right where our body panels cut down to our cut line, so that this is one, be a little different here because of that cutout, but should be pretty dang close to clean this out, paint it, start doing patch panels. But first we're gonna cut these 3 out, and then we're gonna try and install our slider. I gotta cut out the front there. But yeah, we're getting close to being able to test fit this side.
And trace that shadow.
Yep. What if we don't cut it until later in the day? The shadow might be different. Weight reduction.
One of those hidden surprises.
Yeah. Yeah, just like all this crap and all that crap.
Just cover it with paint.
All right, we're ready to test fit, hopefully for the last time, and then we can mark out our holes for our rib nuts, and then get those drilled out, get it all back off, and then start working on our patch panels. 15, 30 seconds fits our laser cut holes, so we're just using this to get our center pins. And then we're gonna drop this, we'll drill through for our rib nuts. We'll get our rib nuts installed, start working on our patch panels. All right, so we did our final test fit. We got all of our pilot holes drilled, and now I gotta go get a step bit because I can't find a good 5/8 bit for our nut inserts. So we'll go get that tonight, and then we can start welding in our patch panels, and then send these off to powder coat, and then bolt them in. So we're using rib nuts for our face mount on our slider, M12 rivet nut. This is our install tool. Essentially, it's a bolt washer and a nut with no threads. Threader on there. Fish it in. I like to do it with the ratchet. You can do it with an impact, but you kind of lose the feel for it because it'll be hard right off the bat to get the initial crimp, and then it'll get fairly easy. And there it got easier, and then you just go until she gets difficult. There it got tight. And then we're good to go. Back her out. And do that about 14 more times. So here's the finish look with the patch panels and everything painted. Sorry we didn't have a ton of videos or anything during it. We came in on a Saturday because we're trying to get this ready for Moab. So we put quite a bit of time on it over the weekend. But essentially this is 4 panels that are pieced together, tacked in, welded in here, seam sealed it on the inside, painted everything. I think I mentioned before, these are not the original torque boxes because the body mounts were pushing up. So these are rust buster weld-on torque boxes. So you don't have to do all the plug weld drilling out and all of that. I have pros and cons to them, but I'll leave that for another video. This is the meat and potatoes of this modification. It was a little more difficult than I initially anticipated, but once you got past the idea of cutting into your body, it's really not too terrible. And you may be looking at this, that these riv nuts are in thin sheet metal, but we've got Project Overtime, which has been running these for years, and Jason, the owner, has by far put those way past the normal test, and his is nothing's egged out, everything's still solid. So I'm excited for that. I think camera guy did get a few pictures possibly while we were in the middle of cutting everything out, welding everything in, so he's going to put those in right now, so you can get an idea. Again, if you guys can drop comments, get me some arguing power to try and get these on the market for you guys. I'd love to see more and more of these out there. I wasn't a big fan of the ones that I found online that were a quick bolt-on option. I wanted more strength and ground clearance from it. But that kit would include the slider itself. We'd include the patch panel pieces for you to cut and mold how you want them. We'd have all the riv nuts, the hardware, and these little spacers, which need to be used in the front mount like so. In the original torque boxes, they actually jump up, whereas this, we just cheaper, easier, cut it flat, throw in a spacer. And that's how Jason's is too. He ran it for years like that, no problem. So we'll get this bolted back on and show you guys what it looks like. I still got to send these in to get powder coated. And then once they're back from powder, I can bolt them on and hopefully never have to look at them again. So it's been a long road. This has been quite a project. Like I said at the beginning, these aren't technically a product. I'm trying to get them to release them as a DIY. We basically sell you the bent piece, you figure out how you want to finish the rest. But we ended up switching the fasteners over to the button heads just for, you know, less stuff to catch on, I guess. I like it. These are actually going to come back off. I'm going to get them powder coated black. I just wanted to make sure and test fit everything, make sure they were solid before getting them powder coated and then having to make a change later. Every, you know, setup's going to be slightly different. These are aftermarket fenders. This used to come straight down, looked really goofy, so we just trimmed out the edge, ground that down, and cut a wedge out of it, bent it in, welded it back shut just to look a little better. And then in the rear, it's super fugly and it's temporary, but this used to hang down to about here, so we cut it up so it'd sit right on top and just capped it for now. And then we had to trim a little bit out of the tub just so it wasn't showing. I plan on doing corner armor with new fender armor on it as well. So that's the long-term goal. But if you guys want this as a product, if you think you guys want to tackle it, the more comments and support I can get on this video, the more argumentative power I have with the owners to say, hey, let's make it happen. Stay tuned for the next video. Drop a comment. I'm gonna pop this off really quick and then I can send these off to powder coat.